Munitions. Looking good. Let's see again his weak spots. Okay. This time I can be smart about things. Oh no! Yes, he has strength thingamajig. I'm pretty much fucked and shouldn't fight this at all. Yeah. His strength is fire, so my explosive traps, fire arrows do not do anything. He has strength electricity, so these 3 stun traps are probably not even gonna scratch it. And he had a third one. So the only thing I can do is shredder him. Get those parts off him. And then parts and armor pieces of him and see how we can go from there.
Calm, calm.
I guess that's the best use I can get out of my electricity traps here. Because they reset his aggro thingy-majig. Before he knew that the arrow came from this slice, but the shock confused him. Or reset him.
Pass the test. This will come in handy.
I'm kind of regretting not going for his tail bits towards the end, but what I definitely appreciate about this new enemy is that he is melee. He combines a lot of stuff with melee. Only Blaze. But when I fought the stealthy boy, I got really scared. When the stealth boy would show up more, that would have been something I would not have appreciated. Some more here. But yeah, as I was saying before,
I'll find a use for
I
you.
often smith my own misfortune in games, where I grind stuff too much. So for example, I also have this feeling that the game has slowed down, which is not really true.
Okay, that's a welcome, I guess.
Because I slowed down the game for myself.
You sure you'll be warm enough up here, Nora?
I've worked up a sweat from the climb.
You made it to the cut, Outlander.
Not that you'll stay long.
Smoke rising from the mountain. And the village, too. What's it for?
Pastorea, they say. She'll return to us, they say. And yet here we are, waiting.
Shaman has abandoned us. Our chieftain has led our best to their deaths. Where should we find hope now?
But I really like these blue light they are using, because as I said before, this game does a really nice job in fusing medieval assets with highly modern ones, and nothing really feels out of place.
May Araya find whatever wisdom she's looking for out there in the wild.
Must be something big going on. Most of the village is moving towards that smoke.
In times like these, we must not forget the importance of ceremony.
Get ready for a rare sight, Nora. Bergrand, purveyor of necessities. Most of the time, the Banuk burn their dead, but not today.
Because the bodies couldn't be recovered.
Aye, a nasty business. All their best warriors lost. So they're getting a different kind of send-off.
Grasp your grief, my hunters, and kill it! For our kin sees the fate all Banuk long for. Falling with their spears striking steel. Their struggle is over now. You have witnessed their spirits rise up into the blue sky and beyond to the blue light. But our struggle is only beginning. Soon, we will again take up the hunt against the daemon that frenzies the machines against us. And so I ask you, can you summon the courage of our fallen kin? Will you fight and die as well as they did?
My courage! My spear!
Our blood is in your teeth, Aratak!
We are Banuk. Our enemies are prey.
The daemon. That frenzies the machines.
Machines that wiped out their best. And what do they want to do? Go back up there. Fools. A little advice, for free.
Aloy.
Aloy. I've been up here for 2 long winters, and I still can't make sense of the Banuk. Take this ruckus. It started with one of their shamans, Ourea, spouting on about spirits and daemons up on Thunder's drum. So they march their Warwick up there, and half of them get slaughtered by machines. When Ourea vanished, I thought the crazy might have gone with her, but no. Here's Big Aratak, gearing them up to do it all over again.
What is it about the Banuk you can't make sense of?
Well, everything's a test to them. A hardship to endure. A challenge to survive.
Seems like they don't have much of a choice in a place like this.
Yeah. A land cold enough to crack teeth, filled with wild animals. You'd think they'd accept a little reasonably priced aid. Oh, believe me, I've tried to convince them. But a Banuk with nothing left to prove might just lie down and die.
And Ourea is the one who spoke about this daemon?
That's right. Told Aratak and the others that it lives up on Thunder's drum. And they believed him.
But you don't.
Look, I don't know what Ourea found up there. A shaman's not going to talk to an outlander. The machines in the cut are getting more vicious, that's a fact. It could be because of the daemon, or it could be because they all got indigestion, for all I know. But Ourea's not around to explain. She took off, and no one knows why.
Is Aratak a renowned warrior around here?
He's a Warwick chieftain. His voice carries a lot of respect. Not that you hear much of it. Man talks about as much as a dead fish. But when he and Ourea came to town with their Warwick, it drew more Banuk to this little burg than I'd ever seen. Know what else I saw, Aloy? My own little trade route, stretching all the way back to the claim. Then, he goes and leads them off to their death at the claws of angry machines. So much for my best customers.
You said you've lived out here for 2 winters?
Aye. Back home, some fur traders told me about this steel-forsaken heap of tents. Good location. Ripe for change. We were barely scraping by until this place started filling up for Ourea. A great prophet is coming, they said. I heard prophet. Honest mistake. Not that the Banuk are stingy, they just prefer to keep trade among themselves. We could get through to enough of them. We could really put this place on the map. Or at least on a map.
I want to know more about this daemon.
It's crazy talk, Aloy.
Or there's something to it. Something connected to how the machines behave.
Then you need to find Ourea. She was last seen headed for the mountains they call the Ice Rasps. I've heard only the shamans know the trail beyond those frozen peaks. But I do know where you could find her apprentice, Naltuk. He went north of the river, chasing rumors.
Rumors?
Not the good kind. Sudden attacks in the snow. Strange new structures. Some say a new machine, like no one's seen before.
Well, now I'm definitely interested. Thanks for the talk, Bergrand.
Don't mention it.
I wonder if
Lily's
Aratak can
work
tell
is
me more about
strange, but
Araya or
it is
Thunderstrom.
hers. She follows behind
Maybe
no
worth a
other.
shot.
Peaceful machines in a grove south of the cut? Probably nonsense. But it makes for a nice story.
Warmth is rare. May you find it.
Whatever's happening in Thunderstrom.
Some of these paintings tell of the past, others say the future. Whichever it is, the work is impressive.
About that free advice, Bergrand.
For you, I'll give it twice. But next time, I'll start charging.
We?
Me and my daughter. My assistant, Varja. My assistant and my daughter. We seem to get along better as business partners. Her mother wanted me to show her a trade. She started tinkering with weapons. Say, when you need a break from this Banuk carry-on, stop in and see her. You're both, how do I put it?
Women?
No. Independent. Look for her at Long Notch, the easternmost Banuk camp.
What are these Wericks about, Bergrand? Some sort of tribe within the tribe?
Not like our clans back home. You don't get born into these things. They hold tryouts. Prove your best at something and you might get a place. Some Wericks come and go. Some last as long as Melon. The whole Banuk territory, Banur, is just a bunch of the biggest, oldest Wericks.
I'm not sure if I'm less confused or more confused.
Well, here's the sure thing. Each Werick has a chieftain and a shaman. They make the decisions. All well and good, except the chieftains are hard-headed, and the shamans have their heads in the clouds.
See you around, Bergrand.
Hope so. I like return customers.
The smoke that pours from Thunderstrom. Sometimes I see horrible
I do not want to hear this talk from you again. Doubt is heavier than a week's snow.
Forgive me, my chieftain. We will be ready for the next attempt.
But this will not be an attempt. It must be done. Do you understand?
My chieftain.
Good. Outlander, I suppose you wish to speak?
You're set on going back to the mountain?
I have put my word to it.
Even with the risks being so great?
The risk of what? Death? It would be a worse fate to bow our heads to the challenge and say too much.
Did your Werick come from this place?
No, we rallied most of our hunters from across Banur to face the threat of the Daemon. But I was born here and stayed to fight the Karja when others retreated into the mountains. A few of my old warriors remained with me, those who survived.
This Daemon you talked about.
If you are hardy enough, you can venture out and see the signs yourself. It has changed the machines, made them fiercer, stronger.
But what is it?
A matter for the shamans to debate.
Araya knows about this Daemon. Where would I talk to her?
She does a shaman's work. That is not for the eyes and ears of others. Certainly not an Outlander's.
There are other Weraks in Song's Edge too?
Yes, the village has its own life for all Banuk who need trade or shelter. After the war ended, it sprang up from what was once a campsite, quick as the bloom between frosts. Perhaps it will last until the Karja seek war again.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Good. I prefer deeds to words.
Right.
You live well.
Hmm.
They're dragged to Meridian in chains. Now, Banuk and Karja live there is...
Deep Din, silenced by rising waters.
Shamans from all
You
over.
seem sad, stranger. I heard you mention a flood.
Yes, a sudden deluge, without rain or melt to explain it. I'm Laolai, the drummer of Deep Din. Or at least I was, until it disappeared under the waters.
Deep Din. What's that?
A hollow, carved out by the old ones. A chamber, a basin, and a musical instrument all at once. My life, my calling. I'd explain it by playing for you if I could. But its pipes are deep under the water now.
So Deep Din is a place and a musical instrument?
Yes. Pipes that carry a perfect tone beneath a sonorous basin. A wondrous edifice the old ones used to carry music far and wide. During the war, my father played the pipes to rally the Banuk against the Karja. I'm the drummer now. But our battles are few and far between. Mostly I play for the joy of it. Or to remember my family. Of course, if the waters don't recede, what's the point of joy? Or remembering?
So the waters came fast.
One day it was dry. The next, the nearby river had risen and the entire basin was flooded. I don't understand it. There was no rain, not even any clouds, and yet the river rose higher than I'd ever seen it. And there...
Someone must have opened a pipe.
A flood without rain. That is strange. Where is this place? I'll have a look if I'm in the area.
Just northwest of here. Look all you like, but I don't see what good it'll do. The floodwaters aren't going anywhere. How does one ask a river to relent?
Ooh. Okay, more trader separation. I like it. Okay. This is the stuff. Yeah, this is the stuff one wants. I really like the idea that everything costs something different here.
When I spend too long...
This blue gleam,
One place I start to
whatever
grind
it
my
is.
teeth.
No more music.
Probably the crystal that makes these blue lights.
We should not pile. Father's guilt
When
onto
the
the new
old
Karja
ones
kings.
were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still small, it was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember.
Welcome, stranger. May the cut be kind to you.
I have this sneaking suspicion that the only way I can buy stuff here is by completing their trials.
Quite a view you've got up here.
It's a useful perspective. How fleeting we are when the world is so wide. From up here, you can see how the light paints across the land. Ever changing. That's a lesson. All our marks will pass.
That outlook sounds a little depressing for a painter.
Haven't met many artists, have you? Song's Edge needs new stories. I scrubbed its past off this rock to start anew. But a new start needs new colors. Fresh pigments. Like none have seen.
Have you always been a painter?
I've always painted. But I wasn't a painter until I was driven out of Ban-Ur. Up there, the markings are eternal. They paint over the same lines, the same colors, over and over. As a child, I learned from copying them. As I grew, my heart sank at the familiarity. All of us Banuk might as well be trapped in glacier ice. We have the look of life, but never really moving.
Oh, okay, it's like that artifact trade in the Sun City.
These pigments you want. Where should I look for them?
Salts gather at the edges of geysers and hot pools. Crystals cling to the rocks and cliffs.
The Banuk rock paintings are impressive, but,
You want to know what they mean. That's not the right question, but I'll answer anyway. Some are called to the machines. The sacred shapes you see on metal casings, or on a cauldron door.
Do the machines listen to the call?
I don't know. Others, like mine, are a call to the tribe. You could say inspiration or prophecy. And sometimes even men listen, if the painting is loud enough.
I'll see what I can find for you.
Seek out the vibrant ones. A spring of sudden color among snow or rock or metal. That's its own reward, but I'd reward you as well.
This is hella cute, but not interesting to me.
Welcome to the cut, stranger. I remember the red graves.
We remember, Banukai, when the old ones were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still small. It was she who led us through
Not far from the frozen tall.
It's been a long day. And all I want is to stare into the fire.
Here's to better days than...
The daemon cannot force
I
the
was
blue light
seeing
from
the map
machine.
the wrong way around. I thought the tracker would
Water
lead me
lapping
back.
in the stone. That's the sound to sleep to, not live to.
Aha! Now
Okay, if I want to learn more about how this daemon affects the machines, I've got to find Rhea. And to do that, I need to talk to her apprentice.
Outlander,
who
wait,
followed the river
wait a
north.
moment.